highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, but hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pull out 1 foot and set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Lady! Here I come! 32!
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Check it back, check it back.
On second down now, it's Johnson, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long.
Come on, dude. Monday. Check this guy. He's coming.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Omaha, ready to move. Alert. Watch the ship.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
That's it. Set. 80. 58. Say 50. Say 50. Hey, 59. Quick edge.
3rd and long. It's Stanford. Looking downfield for Godwin. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Terry Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Set. Blue 60. Look at him. Let's get off the field, D. And middle. You go tight. You got tight. Zebra. Hey, Haywood. 59. Zebra.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
180.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Carry on Johnson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Prater for the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it?
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Now, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jared Davis coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 14.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be taken at the 10. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Johnson on the counter. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Johnson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0.
Right there, all day, baby.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Tyler Newsome now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Williams to return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. A throw over the middle, taken in, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 at the 19. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. This complete to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And again, it's Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
That's what I do.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jamal Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Watch the run, watch the run. Wide, get wide.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the bootleg. Stafford. Johnson's got it complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 7-yard line.
Blue 58. We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Now Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Big stop, let's go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
You go. Check. Double right.
Again, it's Johnson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Kill. Middle. Check 24. Omaha, ready, move. 21. Greystone, travel. Check 37. And middle.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down. Back now at Ford Field as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. On the return is Williams. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. On play action, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this. 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
First down Lions on a pickup of 13. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, wahoo! Say, check, crunch.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Check. All right, boys, here we go. Tighten up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Check it back. Check it back.
1st and 10 at the
6 guys.
49-yard
Check
line.
6 guys. He's coming. Hot. We got double up. Hey, check my 50. Get on. 50.
Now Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the 50, Stafford. Pass Marvin Jones. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They come out here in the I. This offense once trailed by 2 touchdowns. Now they've got a chance to take the lead. First and goal. Here's Bowman. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And the 13-year man puts it through, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Detroit, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. And for Charles